So you've got this evidence-based arguments tool. And what this is, it's a way for you to organize your thoughts. So when you do an investigation, you collect all this data, and then it's really easy to get overwhelmed with that data and think, well, what is this data actually telling me? And so the purpose of this tool is for us to take apart the information that you got from the mealworm investigation and figure out what is that actually telling us happened with this animal and with its food, and how is that animal moving and getting the energy it needs to move and the food it needs to grow. So what you've got here, it looks like this. You've got three questions: the matter movement question, the matter change question, and the energy change question. And you are going to be filling out the class evidence, so data that helps support the answer to these questions, what you can actually say about it, the conclusions, and then any unanswered questions that you still have. The other piece of paper that you just received is this 3 questions page. So on here, this will help drive what you write on this evidence-based arguments tool. So what you see down the side are these 3 big question marks. And inside those big question marks are more detailed questions. So for example, the first one says matter movement. It's the matter movement question. That is what you're going to be focusing on in the first row of your evidence-based arguments tool. And there are 2 questions within that. How do molecules move to the location of the chemical change, and how do molecules move away from the location of the chemical change? You're looking for evidence to say that molecules or atoms actually moved. Okay? So you have to look at what data you've got, the actual evidence from the investigation, to tell you something about moving atoms or moving molecules. And then there's a question in the middle one about the matter change question. So you're going to see what you can say about changing matter. What evidence do you have that matter changed? That the molecules carbon were a part of changed into different ones. And then the energy change question. There's one there, what's happening to energy? What evidence do you have from that mealworm investigation to tell you that energy was changing? So you're going to write your evidence in that first column, try and answer whatever questions you can in the middle column, and then in the last column, what can you still not answer? What are you still not sure of? What were you unable to see in this investigation? Because we're looking at this at the macroscopic scale. There might be stuff happening at the microscopic or at the atomic molecular scales that you want to know as well. So what else do you need to know? So I'm going to start, I'm going to put a timer up here. I want you to take about 4 to 5 minutes. I'll set it for 4 minutes and then we'll revisit that time. Do the best you can filling out this tool. I want it to be quiet. I want some silent think time. And then we'll come together, we'll answer any questions, give you a bit more time, and then we're going to discuss your answers. Okay? So let's start with just 4 minutes, quiet think time, and write time to work on this. So on here, we're going to start with the matter movement question. So what data do we have that matter moved? Where's our data? Oh. So, should we do that one together?
The matter from the potato moved into the meal.
Yeah, what data do you have to support that?
The mass of the potato.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to write here. So what happened to the mass of the potato? Did it increase or decrease? Yeah, so you're going to write that number in there. And so since matter can't be destroyed, it can't disappear, where did it go? Yeah, do you have any evidence for that?
The mealworms gave mass.
There you go. Okay. So that's the data you're putting in there. So you're going to share your ideas with each other using some of these sentence stems.
Do you need to use those?
I would really like you to try, because I think it's really going to help you get to the root of what people are saying and give you an opportunity to really dig into understanding it and building on each other's ideas. So I do ask that you stick to these sentence stems. So what you're going to do is one person at your group is going to share their ideas for one of the 3 questions. Their evidence, their conclusion, and their unanswered question. Then the next person is going to use one of these sentence stems to respond to that person. So you have a few options here. So if you disagree with what they said, you think that they took a wrong turn with that, you could say something like, I disagree with you because, or if you want to be a little more gentle, that seems a little bit like just putting it out there, which is fine. But if you want to be a little gentle, you could say, I thought about it in a different way because. So it's just saying like, you could be right, but I want you to look at it through my lens. Or I know what you mean, but also try to think about something else. So that's giving them suggestions. So let's put this away right now, please. If you like their idea, you agree with it, you could add something to it. So you could say, I think you're right because, and tell them why you think they're right. I think your idea is good but did you think about this? So you're agreeing, but you're adding to it. Also think about this. Or I also noticed blank.
How are atoms and molecules being rearranged in different molecules? So like we saw that the BTB went from blue to yellow, which means there's more CO2 in the air. So I'm thinking that the mealworms, when they ate the potato, they took the starch out of the potato, and then cellular respiration happened, and they outputted some carbon dioxide, so the carbon was in starch, and then in the end it was in CO2.
Yep. That I also noticed that same thing.
Well, do you have an unanswered question?
Oh, well, like in the part of the year that we're in, people might not know what atoms the carbon was in what's in the mealworm.
Yeah.
Yeah.